Hi, my name is Grayson. So what do you think about when you think about Taylor Swift? I know, I see your guys' faces in the audience, but I'm not here to convince you to be a Taylor Swift fan. I'm here to show you how having one music artist to grow up with is really comforting, and it's been a very powerful influence in my life. WebMD says several studies have shown that people going through surgery that listen to calming music have lower blood pressure, and they end up needing less pain medicines to get through it. So the body has this natural reaction to music. It's ingrained in us. So, I've been a Taylor Swift fan my whole life, actually. I was born in China, and I was adopted into the US when I was a year and a half old. I have a developmental disability, so I had a hard time walking and talking. I didn't eat solid food until I was 2.5 years old. So, obviously my talking was very delayed, and I learned how to talk from Taylor Swift's debut album. My parents bought me the CD, and I would say, play, Taylor, and that's how I started talking. So she's been there since the very beginning for me. Now, consistently growing with an artist is great for my mental health, staying grounded, and being able to put my feelings into words, and having this really incredible community. Now, I'm someone who struggles a lot with anxiety, and I struggle with bipolar. So when I'm feeling really anxious, it's really good for me to be grounded and be able to go back to a place that feels safe. And so, the great thing is my favorite artist has 12 albums, so I have an endless amount of things to pick from each day. And now that it's socially acceptable to wear AirPods everywhere, she's always in my ear. Fun fact, we spent 92,000 minutes together last year. So, when I go through depressive episodes, I don't really get to pick and choose, obviously. And being able to it's like with my anxiety, being able to look at hey, I have this thing, and because there's so many different genres and types of songs, I'm able to pick whatever feels good while staying in a comfort zone. And it's also been a stability thing for me. A new album comes out like clockwork now, every few months. I'm gifted with a new album. Anyone who follows me on Instagram, I hope none of you follow me here, will know how bad it is on there. So being understood is very important. It's a fundamental part of being human, and that's something I've struggled with. I'm missing some connections. There's a bunch of sciencey words, but essentially I'm missing some connections in my brain that makes it hard for me to process or understand other people's faces or tones or emotions. So apologize if that's happened with any of you. And so Taylor Swift has been a really fundamental part of helping me understand other perspectives and being able to find words or understand feelings. So when I was younger, I was bullied ruthlessly for my race and just being odd. And so I think we all know mean, right? All you are is mean, and a liar and pathetic, yeah, hopefully. So I listened to that nonstop, and it made me feel better. I think that's probably where it really started drilling into me that this is what I'm gonna stick with. I've gone nonverbal a lot. It's when I can't talk or I have a really hard time talking in certain situations. And you're thinking, how does Taylor Swift relate to this? It's I kind of think about, that's really, because I think about a song and I'm okay, I can kind of go this way, or it helps bring me back to a place. And also, it's hard for me to understand these normal interactions falling in love or going through a breakup or a friendship or my mom had cancer. She has a song about her mom getting cancer that really helped me process that difficult emotion. And so another great thing is I can connect to the lyrics, but I'm also able to connect to the people. So this picture is from the Eras Tour. I'm sure we've all heard of it, even if you don't like her. It's been probably the biggest tour in history. And I also want to talk about something, the opposite of it, the pandemic. So during the pandemic, Taylor Swift decided to release this album called Folklore. Blew everybody's mind. She announced it the day before everybody was losing it. It was right after her Loverfest tour had been canceled. Folklore brought people together, and it was a time where everyone was very isolated and all these beautiful stories, and everyone was online together analyzing it. There's this one folk love triangle that people are making whole annotated essays on it, and it was a way to not feel isolated. And I got to go to the Eras Tour this summer. I spent $100. I got in the free sale. I didn't go broke for it. I loved it. I have really bad social anxiety. I was surrounded by 70,000 people in one stadium, but that's the happiest I've ever been in my life. ironically, because I was surrounded by people who loved the same thing I did, and not a lot of other people in my life understand that. So to tie it back to the first story, I hope you can see how impactful it is to grow up with an artist. It's helped me find my voice, keep me grounded, find a community, and just help me all aspects of my life. I grew up with Taylor Swift. You guys probably have something else you grew up with, a show, family member, pet, something. We all have that. And Taylor Swift once said, the worst thing you can do is make someone feel bad about something that they love.